have a common vocabulary. We simplify expressions. Often we're asked to add and subtract, and in fact, we should know we're starting at the bottom here. When we talk about order of operations, BEDMAS, we look inside brackets first, then have a look at our exponents, then divide and multiply, and finally add and subtract. So it is clear that we're starting with the last step, but it is the only step that we need to do or can do with these three expressions. How do we add and subtract polynomials? Well, we group together similar terms or like terms. So in order to do that, we need to know two things. We need to know what a term is and what the definition of a similar or a like term is. So looking at our first example, how many terms do you see? We've got 6x, 2x, negative x, and 5. There are 4 terms here. Are any of them like? Now, in order to be considered like terms, they need to have the same variables raised to the same exponents. So we have 3 terms that are like 6x, 2x, and negative x. That's like 6 apples plus 2 apples minus 1 apple. What's the 5? I don't know, maybe a banana? It's a different term. It's not a like term. All right, 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7, so we're left with 7x plus 5. And that's the simplified expression. In the second example, we're again looking at how many terms we have, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms in this one. Are any of them like? Well, 3 of them have x's, but they have to have exactly the same variables, so xy and negative 2xy are in fact like terms. Don't forget that there's a 1 in front of your variables if there's no explicit coefficient. And 1 minus 2 is negative 1, so we start with negative xy. Following, I see we've got some more variables, positive 2x, and then we'll write the numbers at the end. So we've got positive 7 and negative 9, add those together, and we have negative 2, which I had started writing as a 9. There we go. So we finish with 3 terms. So don't forget that when I'm asking you how many terms it is, I'm not asking you to do anything mathematical with them. I'm just asking you to count how many we have right now. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Are any of them like? Well, sure, some of them have x squareds. Even if we had some that had x's, maybe we had a plus 2x here. We do want to be careful that they have the same exponents, the same variables raised to the same exponents. So it's the 3x squared y and the x squared y that are like. 3 plus 1 is 4, so we have 4x squared y. And then 2x squared minus 3x squared is negative x squared. And let's say there is a positive 2x hanging off the end. We would include that there.